You're not supposed to show scenes of torment on primetime TV, but Ofcom makes an exception for Andrew Neil. Wednesday night's interview with Jo Swinson had its share of moments that some viewers found distressing. There was a reckless plan to revoke Article 50, for a start, a policy that would apply in the unlikely event of the LibDems winning a majority. Mr. Neil pointed out how it had upset a lot of Remain voters, by implying it was okay for a government elected on a lot less than half of the vote to reverse the Leave result of 2016. What did she say to that? She couldn't say much at all, because he was right. We work within the system that we have, she insisted, but had nowhere to go from there. After all, the LibDems have been decrying the voting system since forever. If anyone was keeping score, and everyone was, that made it 1-0 to Andrew Neil. Then there were other uncomfortable questions, about her low approval ratings and her voting record in the coalition government. It won't have convinced her confirmed detractors. But was it the car crash interview some anticipated? Was it another of the squirming encounters we have come to expect from Mr. Corbyn? It was not. At the end of the half-hour dissection, she didn't limp off set like the wounded Labour leader. She didn't seem as complacent as Nicola Sturgeon, whose default is to blame Westminster for everything. Above all, she didn't cower in a corner and refuse to come on, like Boris Johnson. Jo Swinson actually did surprisingly all right, which is to say, the combative, demanding format showed this famously Marmite personality at her confident best and demonstrated that she was better at handling tough questions than her rivals for prime ministerial office. This isn't because the Lib Dem leader has it easier than them, those days are long gone. Time was when the Lib Dems didn't so much stake out the moral high ground as put down concrete foundations and a sewerage connection. They had never been in power and seemingly never would be. They could say what they liked and be seen as the conscience of Parliament. But that changed in 2010. The 5-year Tory Lib Dem coalition has left the party with a legacy of voter mistrust. As a minister in that government, Ms. Swinson has a personal charge sheet to answer for, and Mr. Neil made her enter a plea for every one of them. Who voted repeatedly for the bedroom tax, the benefits cap, for letting NHS contracts be put out to private tender? As part of a Lib Dem team in government, I did, she answered, repeatedly. And then she apologised. I am sorry that I did that, it was not the right policy, she declared. She pointed out that the Lib Dems won some battles in the coalition, stopping the 2-child limit, for instance, which was subsequently introduced by the Tories anyway, but she didn't get bogged down. For more on this story, visit the news article link.